Boundless. Hello world, it's Kurtis Potter with Boundless Inspiration. Now there's 5 days left of 2021. And see, I want this whole week for us to be a week of self-evaluation so that we can win the rest of this year. Even if this year was not amazing, how can we win the rest of 21? The last week of the year, look ourselves in the mirror and take ownership to make 2022 the first of a bunch of amazing years for the rest of our lives, right? And that's what I believe in you. That's what I have faith in you. And that's what I know that I'm going to be intentional on achieving, is making next year the best year of my life. 2023, I'm going to say it again, the best year of my life. And just keep making every year better so that you can continue saying, man, I had more joy this year than last. And every year I had more happiness, more peace, more understanding, more growth. So today, this is a topic I want to talk about, is something that I've heard when I was, in my teens, later teens, when I heard this. It was by a man who actually passed away, who's my first positive mentor in life, Paul Kirby. He said, Kurtis, I know you've been through a lot. And this was when I was just a kid. He said, man, this is the thing is you come into this world with one thing and you leave this world with one thing, and that's your name. Now, I have heard of situations where someone didn't have the name for their kid when they were born and they had to kind of pick from a handful, but most of us, we have our name when we come into this earth, and our name is no one else's name. And see, on that gravestone, that's the first thing it says on there, is your name, and then the dates, and that in between, the dash, right? So what did you do in between, or that dash? What does the dash represent in your life? What does your name represent in your life? Are you striving to leave a legacy? For me, it is. Both my grandfathers, when they passed away, they left a legacy. One changed USAC racing forever. First person ever to put a V6 motor in a midget. Had many famous people race for him, like Tony Stewart. Left a legacy. He still has his mechanic shop here, and you can ask just about anybody in the city of Indianapolis. They will tell you best family-owned business, best prices, best customer service, a mechanic shop that you can trust. There's a lot of them out there that you cannot trust them to work on your vehicle. They will loosen some bolts while they're fixing something else, so they know you'll be back in a couple weeks. Like, what? That's your name. That's your integrity. Even if no one ever knows, you will know, and God will know. So what legacy are you leaving behind? For me, that's why I do Boundless Inspiration. I'm using the things that I went through in my life to help other people. But you might say, Kurtis, I don't care about leaving some big legacy. Like, I don't want to start a mechanic shop that is known in the whole city of Indianapolis or Indiana or across the nation. I don't want to change racing. I don't want to write a book. I don't want to become a doctor, a lawyer. I don't want to own a business. You may not want any of that. And I understand that. But see, the thing is there's gifts inside you that can change the world. You may have a testimony that, if written down, can change the world. And if you think about others versus just yourself, like Mother Teresa, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I heard a story by his son, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s son. I can't remember his exact name, but he was saying in a podcast that there was a time when his dad was getting death threats, that if he went and spoke at this specific event, that he was going to get killed. And he looked at his family and said, I have to do this for the greater good of humanity. And I believe, he said, I had a dream. I believe that this will change the world, so I have to do it. And he put his family in protection, and he went and he spoke. And it change the world, those stories. You may have an invention inside you that could kill cancer or just make millions of people's lives easier and better. Well, you say, Kurtis, you know what? That's a compelling story. That's, awesome that they did that. I just still don't want to do it. So I just ask you this, because see, legacies don't have to be something amazing that changes the world. It can just be something that changes your life, that changes your children's life, your grandchildren's life, your generation. Like, is it changing your family line? Maybe it's the first to go to college. Maybe it's the first to never get divorced. Maybe it's the first to never go to jail. I've heard people say that. And man, maybe it was the first to be a loving, compassionate, forgiving person. It doesn't have to be something amazing, but maybe you was the first person in your family line to say, you know what, I'm going to grow and become a better person every single day of my life. Maybe it's, I'm just going to, just change a legacy for my immediate family. Like, what did I go through? And see, this is a hard thing because I heard this the other day. It was an interview by the president of Dubai. And he said, they were talking about the wealth and how it was so financially wealthy as a country that in the interview, they were like, do you think this will ever not be the wealthiest country in the world? How can you go from this to becoming anything else? And he said, yeah, I think that in, 3-4 generations that we could actually go through, an economic collapse. And the interviewer said, why? And he said, because tough times create strong people. Strong people create easy times for, say, their kids. Those easy times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. So the thing is like, there's this balance of creating wealth and financial success in easy times versus creating a legacy that actually changes a generation and opens those minds like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. did. So today, in these last couple of days of 2021, I just ask you and then I invite you, do you have things inside of you, your name, that need to go in between that dash? From the time you was born to the day you pass away. You never know if it's tomorrow. There's no better time than now. And it's like, if you're listening to these questions and you're saying, man, I know I've got more inside me. I got more fuel in the tank. I know I have something great inside me. And I believe every one of you that are watching these videos have something great inside you that's just waiting to come out and show the world. Even if it's not for the world, it's for you. I believe in you that you have something behind your name that is worthy of seeking, worthy of that growth, worthy of looking yourself in the mirror and saying, you know what, I've got to do this. I wrote down some stuff, and man, I can't wait to show you. I'm not going to say everything that I'm doing, but there's some big things coming, and some of it I just can't wait to do. It's stuff that I've been putting on the back burner. And I'm like, you know what? Enough's enough. I've seen too many deaths where I can no longer keep putting this aside because I could get in a car wreck and not make it after today. What would be a shame if you passed away today and it never came to the world? They say the graveyard is the richest place on this earth because people died with inventions that never got invented. People died with books that never were written. People died with businesses that were never built. But they should have. What do you got inside you? You are capable of creating a legacy. No matter how big, or small, it is very important. If this video helps you or you know somebody that's holding back on their gifts and dreams and goals and creating a legacy, please like, share, comment, tag them. Put a comment section in here where you're going to step up and master something in 2022 to create a legacy in your family line. I love you all. I hope this video helped. If it did, give me some comment sections. you know what, put in here, if you want me to challenge you through 2022, put in the comment section, hey, this is what I'm wanting to do in 2022. Kurtis, could you send me messages to be my accountability partner so we can achieve this step together? Because every single day we're just a step closer to being boundless, baby. I love you. Have a great day, and let's win the rest of 2021 and set us up for success in 2022, baby. Have a great day.